We're going to have my cousin Steve Greenberg. I thought it'd be really cool to give a historical perspective on this amazing house. Because think about it, how many families, so many cousins are bonded by one house. And this house has been here since 1936. So Steve, let's get a little historical perspective of the T Street beach house that bonds all our family members.
Well, you know, the cool thing is that the house was actually here before 36. 36 is when our family took over. It was your grandfather, you're my grandfather, Izzy and Flora Appelstein, and Flora's sister, Mary Long, and they were here, and the Longs and the Appelsteins lived here together for years, and it was pretty full. There were 6 Appelstein kids, and there were 4 Long kids. And they grew here, and it was a wonderful, wonderful house. It was a house that was open to everybody, and we all grew up here as children. I came here for camp. You guys came here for summers, and also with your other relatives, your other grandparents down the street, and we lived here so amazingly. In fact, I found out later that it wasn't just amazing for us, but it was amazing for all of our other cousins' friends. In fact, great story. I was at a temple in Canton, and I was talking to someone. I was new to that community, and I was telling him how I spent the summers in Nantasket. He said, "Where?" And I said, "T Street." He said, "What do you mean T Street?" I said, "T Street, 23 T Street." He says, I used to sleep on your deck when I was a kid, and I would play ball with your uncle and your cousins." And he said, he said it was so great. He said we'd go down on a Sunday morning to the ball field, and other people would take 1 or 2 guys. He said we brought down a team. We brought down a team, and he said, we'd say, "Who's looking to play?" So it was great, and since then it's continued in the family. I live here now for a little while. I've lived here for a little while. My cousin Margie's lived here. My cousin Bo's lived here. The house is taken care of and owned by the entire family. We're now in our 5th generation coming here.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about our family is that we all come together for this event. And so I'm looking out here at the audience, and I'm seeing Cousin Julie and Cousin Julia. And Cousin Julie lives in New Hampshire, and Cousin Julia lives in Virginia. And they wouldn't know each other, except they know each other. And Cousin Daniel.
Danny!
They would never know each other if it wasn't for this, and so it's really the great.
Forget about Danny.
It's the greatest thing, and it's a tradition, and it's a history that we keep alive and we live. And one of the things, by the way, that will go down in history is, you guys remember the time we did the halftime Howie radio show on T Street? Remember that?
Yeah.
I was coming back from the Peace Corps, and everybody was looking good.
Right.
Bo was singing.
Going to the archives.
Daniel was here. Daniel Sarah was here. All right, and he was doing great things for us. Max and Kara were here. They got married, and Debbie Sarah it was getting to be nighttime, and Debbie Sarah was still at the beach house.
Wow. That's amazing.
Amy it's really wonderful. And in the house, and by the way, this is also a historic event, this day. And that is that for the last couple of years, I've been doing this family barbecue. But my family has now decided that, number one, since I don't live in this country anymore, and number 2, because I'm getting old, that they would take it over. So Cousin Bo Wiener's son, number 1 son, Zachary.
Zach!
Right, said,
and Lizzie
said we'll take it over, and it was so great. So I kind of walked through the kitchen a couple times, just kind of waving.
Yeah.
And they go, "Nope, no questions. We're all set." And so they took it over, and then with my son Max and everyone else, they just figured out what to do. And it's a great event. And the thing, Howie, is that I think that we've got a good track going here. We're going to keep the family going, and the next generation, the Julia and the Julias and the Daniels, will just keep this house going, and it'll be here forever. And there'll be things that we should probably fix and don't. But it's just a really wonderful thing, and I want to thank you, my cousin, for letting us all, in on this part of your life, and to do this.
All right. Well, this has been, to have Bo sing. He's so talented. For my brother to talk and Steve, talk about the history of this house and how this house all binds us together in 5 generations. It's just incredibly special. And this will be on our Halftime Howie radio show Facebook page, our Halftime Howie YouTube page, so all our relatives who aren't here can enjoy this forever and ever. Now we're going to bring in Rocco for our